I'm Anusha H. from Sri Venkateshwara Group of Institute of Electronics Engineering. Now, here I'm going to explain you about how we can store the values in Python. Python fundamentals, variables, programs, and understanding your code. What is a variable? Simple definition is a variable is a container that stores a value. Think of it as a named box where you can put information. For example, imagine a variable named name that holds the value John. You can then use the variable name to access that value. Now, assigning values to variables. Syntax. Use the assignment operator is equal to give a variable a value. The value on the right is assigned to the variable on the left. For example, age is equals to 25. You can change the value of a variable later in your result. Variable naming conventions are start with a letter or underscore. For example, name, age, or my variable. Use letters, numbers, and underscores, and avoid using hyphens or spaces in variable names. Case sensitivity. Age and age are different variables. Avoid reserved keywords like print, if, and for are reserved for Python because the if, print, for, or else are already stored in the Python library. For your first Python program, open a text editor, write your code in a plain text editor like Notepad or VS Code, and then save the file. Save your file with a py extension, for example, myprogram.py. Run the program. Open a terminal or command prompt and run the program using Python myprogram.py. Now, how we can print the output? The print function is used to display output to a console. For example, if you give print hello world, now we get the output as hello world. Commenting your code. Purpose is comments are used to explain what your code does. They are ignored by Python. Syntax. Use the hash symbol to create a single line comment because if you put the hash on comment anything, it is not a program or it is not any syntax. It is just used to commenting on the program. For example, hash. This line is a comment. Dissecting your program. Variable declaration. This section defines your variables and their values. Operations. This section performs calculations or operations with your variables. Output. This section displays the result using a print as an output. Now, let us learn about understanding the structure. Indentation. Python uses indentation to define code blocks. Code blocks. Code blocks are groups of statements that are executed together. Readability. Consistent information makes your code easier to read and understand. Next, steps and resources. First, practice experiment with different code examples and build small programming. Second, explore and learn about more advanced Python features and concepts. Third, resources. Utilize online resources like tutorials, documentation, and communities.